It must be that time. I hear the theme music. Good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Right here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis in Chicago, and the best music of your life.com. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. And my mic, once again, is doing a thing, but that's okay. I have plenty of mic cords, so that's not even going to bother me tonight. Coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. That comes up in our last hour. Of course, if you're in the Central Standard Time Zone, you know that's 11 o'clock, right? All right. Let's get it cracking, as the kids say. With some blue-eyed soul from Eddie Rabbit, this is Suspicions on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello, everybody. Or two bodies. Suspenders. Nothing like some sliders for dinner. That is. Let's see, comments. None. Okay, cool. Good evening, and good evening to everyone. My name is Chris Bass, and not even close, huh? Okay. Suspenders. Good evening, and good evening, everyone. How is everyone? How was your day? Tell me all about it. Won't you tell me all about it? I have ways to make you tell me all about it. Suspenders. My favorite song. One of them, at least. Oh, I have 2 viewers so far. All right. Woohoo. Some more, some more. Hey, boom, 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 boom. Hey, 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 hey. What's going on, Squirt? Like, what is that? What is that stench? What is going on here? Paradise. Miss Williams, what's going on? In your thighs. Hey, hey, hey. Sydney Brooks, what's going on, bro? My brother from another mother. With a little help from Stevie on harmonica. Jermaine Jackson and Paradise in Your Eyes, right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to my brother from another mother, Sydney Brooks. Thanks for checking in to Facebook Live. Actually, we're on StreamYard. So StreamYard allows me to go to Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. Wow. Going around the world just from my my second bedroom, which is now a studio, which is kind of cool. It's really cool. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Miss Williams. Thank you for checking in as well. I appreciate you. Like I said earlier, coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. Four song, my voice cracked. Foreplay. Four songs by one of your favorite artists, or male or female. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter at all. All right. Fixing my mic again. Okay. Let me take all of that out. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put that back in. That didn't sound right. Okay. All right. Let's try that. Okay. And then try this. And then we'll try some of that. Okay. That's a little bit better. Okay. I'm not complaining. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even know what happened to this group. I think they kept their jobs at the car wash just in case their career didn't cut off, jump off. Here's Troop, and all I do is think of you day and night. That's all I do. Can't get any work done. Yeah, you've heard of wet dreams at night. I have wet ones during the day too. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm. So what are you gonna do? Brenda Thompson, what's going on, Mama Brenda? I would love to interview you, Mama Brenda. I think you have plenty to say. I would love, love, love to interview you. I wish you would call me sometime. Really, I really do. You know, you're the only mama I got left besides Mama Piggy, but she's so far away. You know, yeah. So I would love to talk to you and interview you both, both talking and interviewing. Yes. So if you ever want to call me, just hit me up on Facebook, inbox me, and I will send you my number. Well, everybody's got my numbers. Wet dreams during the day. I know, right? You know how you daydream and you like just stare off and and the next thing you know, you look down, it's like, oh, or somebody like in my case, I sit in a studio all day. So I have to be aware of my surroundings. Does that make sense? Somebody could just walk into the studio and say, "Hey, I need you to record this right quick." I'm like, "Oh, hold on, give me a few minutes. Let me get a hold of myself here." Yeah, makes for interesting noise in the washroom. I'm just saying. Like sometimes you'll be sitting in the stall and you hear somebody in the stall, maybe two stalls down. Like, you too, huh? Yeah, you too. Mm-mm. It's like I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I truly know the feeling. Angie Martin Turner, good evening. Howdy doody. Anywho, I see 3 people on here, but I only see 2 talking to me. All right, you all talk back to me. Talk back to me. Talk back to me. And Mama Brenda, call me, please. I want to talk to you. Yo, Angie, yo, 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 yo. So it's funny. This person just hit me up on Facebook and asked me for a friend request. They don't know that I know the person personally. Let's see what their response is going to be. I said, "Are you aware that I know them personally and they're sitting right next to me right now? They're not even texting me." Let's see what they're going to say now. That is so funny. Tell me a bedtime story now. John B. and Babyface and Someone to Love right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And Angie Martin Turner says, I'm thinking about going to Will Downing Stephanie Mills concert. Well, enjoy yourself. Have fun. Say hello to Stephanie for me. Enjoy yourself. It's a celebration. But it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining me. To my sister Angie Martin Turner, also to Miss Williams, thank you for joining us on Facebook Live. And don't forget, once you get on Facebook Live, make sure you share the live video with your friends, okay? Where it says like, comment, and share, just hit share. All right? All right. So this person just hit me up pretending to be Tanger Maria. And I just saw Tanger last week at a party at the M Lounge downtown. Now, so they said, have you heard about the development for helping qualified working old, deaf, widow, disabled, divorced, and retired people with subsidies, cash assistance for the year? Are you sure you ain't aware of this? And my response was, no, but are you aware that the person that you're impersonating is sitting right next to me right now? Crickets. No response. That's how you shut them down. Or what I do is when my phone rings and I don't recognize the number, I either answer the phone by saying my name or I say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Yeah, they think that a 60-something-year-old black man's going to answer the phone. Surprise. Nope. That's when I turn into Alonzo. Alonzo. Hola. Bueno. Adios. Here's Lamont Dozier. Just trying to hold on to my woman, or anybody's woman at this point, because it's getting cold outside. You know, cuffing season is just right around the corner. Right in the streets. Off the feet. I stay at home. Oh boy, I stay at home. Just trying to hold along. Mm-mm. Where is everybody? Oh, Troy. Oh, Troy. Let's talk Troy up. Oh, Troy. Is that anything like Candyman? Candyman. He says Candyman 3 times. Candyman. 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 Oh no. Candyman. Candyman. Woo-hoo. Just trying to hold on. What's up, Troy? You came in to insult me some more. Come on. Come on with it. There's my niece. Hello, niece. Mm-mm. She'll like my page, but she won't follow me, which is cool. She's not a fan. She's not a fan of me. Trying to hold on. WOSD. Sing, Luther. Seems over since I lost my baby. In the boxes. Shoo shoo. So yesterday I wore, I guess you could call it, did you niece in a hurricane? Did you niece in the hurricane? Is a hurricane? What are you saying, Angie? What grammar school did you go to? Hurricane Nikki. Oh, okay. Oh, that Nikki. Okay. I'm like, what? Nope, I didn't know anything about that. Is she okay? Is everybody all right there? I saw the picture of you and the babies. No, but my nephew's a tornado. Anyway, Troy. So yesterday I wore my man girdle to work. So all day I had to sit up straight and my stomach muscles are just killing me. So guess what? I'm wearing it for the rest of the week. That's right. If it does that to my stomach muscles, I'm wearing that sucker. I'm wearing it out. Oh, they named a hurricane after her. Oh, okay. Hurricane Nikki. Oh, I got it now. Okay. Now it makes sense. He said, Hurricane Nikki. Oh, no. Mm-mm. I don't know. So they named they named the hurricane after my niece, Hurricane Nikki. Okay. Mm-mm. No. I don't know. Ooh, that song used to make me cry. Luther Vandross and his version of Since I Lost My Baby. Now, the original version was done by the Temptations and had, kind of a more mid tempo. But Luther, man, he slowed it down. He made it sound so sad. like, I'm like, dang, Luther. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, hello to Charlotte Fairley, also to my niece Shoo Shoo, to Brenda Thompson, Mama Brenda, my brother from another mother, Sydney Brooks, and of course, Miss Williams. Thank you for checking in. Samora, haha. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Samora, haha. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And here's the first of two in a row from Love Unlimited, featuring Barry White on piano. This is I Belong to You on Bedtime Stories. To you. You forever true, set me free. Even Barry White tried to copy the great Jerry Lee Lewis by playing piano. Wow, black musicians owe Jerry Lee so much. Yeah, they owe him an ass whooping. That's about it. That's all they owe Jerry Lee Lewis. A foot in the ass. Mm-mm. If you notice, you ain't heard nothing else about him. I probably put him in the ground without a box and just plant him in there. Or use his ass as fertilizer. Oh no. Use him as fertilizer. You ain't heard nothing else about him. Won't be no tributes popping up all around about him. Trust me. Mm-mm. He made the right song too. Great Balls of Fire. Because where he's going, that's pretty much it. Great Balls of Fire. Mm-mm. Mm. For all eternity. I know the devil is like, what took you so long? Man, I was getting bored down here. Got tired of listening to that damn Kurt Cobain, I tell you. Did I say that? I'm sorry. That's another one of Troy's heroes, Kurt Cobain. Yeah. He popped himself with a shotgun. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ooh, that sounds good. Once again, for those of you who are on Facebook right now, Miss Banks, make sure you share it on your page where it says like, share, comment, like, share. Hey, you. She just sent me a picture of her foot. Like, thank God your feet don't look like your daddy's. Woo, Lord. He took his shoe off one time. I'm like, bruh, I love you, but it looked like you've been walking on the other side of your feet. Mm-mm. Uh, oh, I've been walking in the rain. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Tell Dee Dee don't be late. Kurt Cobain's death was as much of a suicide as Fred Hampton's was. You are funny, Troy. You are funny. He was ambushed by, who was it? The government ambushed him. Preston Shanks, what's going on, sir? Good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. Thank you so much for joining us. Preston Shanks, my man, my man. I don't. Mm-hmm. So, like I said earlier, I wore this male girdle, and it forced me to sit up straight and to suck in my stomach all day. So this morning, it was just I was just ugh, stomach was cramping and everything. I said, "Oh, that's good. Let me put that sucker on every day until my stomach goes down. I'm gonna be slim and trim next year." Yeah. I can't stand his music, but he still didn't kill himself. Okay. Gym life come through. Man, Preston, I wish I could. I wish that I could. You just don't know. I probably would have one day to work out, and that will be Saturday. And I have to work out for at least 3 hours on Saturday, at least. So I'd have to set aside 3 hours to come and work out with you at LA Fitness or wherever you work out. Because I think they discontinued my membership at Planet Fitness. I'm sure they'd allow me to come back though, you know. But yeah, at a certain age, you should, continue to work out. You never know when your body's going to say, I give up. I give up on you. Good to see you, Mr. Hawkins, as always. Thank you so much. Yep, LA Fitness. Yeah. Well, man, good to be seen, you know. And I say that all the time because of that whole COVID thing. I'm like, whoa, COVID took a lot of folks out. In the words of your president, Troy, people are dying that never died before. Yeah, yeah, that was another one of his quotes pertaining to to COVID. You know that, and okay, when the weather changes, it'll go away. It's just like the flu; it'll go away. Yeah, without, but not without taking out hundreds of thousands of people. Right. It's going away all right. Yeah. It's taking people with them, Mr. COVID. Or is it Ms. COVID? Listen to that bass in there. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold up. Let me back this up. Wait a minute. Right here. Right. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dun, dun, dun. Check that out. Where's John Caldwell when you need him? Man, look at it. Listen to this. I know that's right, Barry. Barry said, real, real, like, go on, boy. I can hear him in the background say, oh, yeah. Love Unlimited, Walking in the Rain, the one I love. From their first album, Love Unlimited. Oh, man. The bass on that song is just, ooh, it's ridiculous. He's playing chords. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. What's up, Ronnie? What's going on? Mr. Hawkins. Raw ginger and elderberry tea to the rescue. I know that's right. Somebody else told me about that. Raw ginger. They said that is good for you. Raw ginger. Just cut it up and put it in something. Let it steep. You know, put some honey in it or something to, kind of sweeten it because they said raw ginger is kind of bitter. I wondered why when we were kids that mom would always give us ginger ale. Go get you some ginger ale. I'm like, is that a cure-all or something? Kind of like Robitussin, right? Drink you some ginger tea and you're good to go the next day. We'll keep that in mind, Mr. Hawkins. Thank you so much. Preston Shanks, what's going on, sir? Thank you for checking into Bedtime Stories. Here's Lilo Thomas. And I want to make love. I don't know about you. That other stuff is just for the birds. It only lasts for so long, You can make love for hours. Boom, 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 boom. Got to have you now. Go on, Lilo. That was Lilo's only big hit. He want to make love to you all night long. Mm-mm. I miss those days. You're like, honey, why don't we just stay in the bed all day? You know we can't stay in the bed all day. We got kids here. Let's at least try. Let's at least try until, you know, until they come get us. Man, those were the days. Ginger purging all of the inflammation out of your body with 10 minutes. Woo! Man, don't get me started, man. I'm gonna go to Whole Foods tomorrow and get me some ginger. Make my own tea. That's for sure. That is definitely for sure. For shizzle. Speaking of purging, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys. Talk amongst yourselves, okay? Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, you know, I play at it. I play drums on Sunday at church, you know, and I'm actually getting good at it. You know, I never played drums as much as I play them now. You know, back in the day, I was a trombone player in high school. And I just, I gave my band director um, a list of instruments that I played. He said, "You look like a trombone player." Now, the trombone was nowhere on the list, but I became a trombone player. I played in the band who played downtown at the Civic Center. Little Anthony and the Imperials and If I Love You, which is the B side of this song. Help me find a way to say I love you. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind. Say I love you. Say Woo! MFSB in the background. Go on, Town Bell. Uncle Earl now. Woo! You've got to help me find a way. Won't you? Mm-mm-mm. If you don't know music, then you just don't know what you just heard. 3.5 minutes of a symphony. Tom Bell, the man's a genius. Tom Bell took, let me tell you, Tom Bell took the Spinners. The Spinners had not had a hit since 1970. Their last hit before leaving Motown was, you know the song, It's a Shame, written by Stevie Wonder. That was their last song before leaving Motown. Their first hit out the gate, signing with Atlantic Records in 1972, was I'll Be Around. Now get this. Get closer to the radio or whatever you're listening to right now, Mr. Hawkins. Do you know that I'll Be Around was the B side? Come on now. I'll Be Around was the B side. The A side of that song was How Can I Let You Get Away? Their first album had How Can I Let You Get Away? Could It Be I'm Falling in Love? Shall I Go On? Ghetto Child. That was just the first album. I'm like, damn. Anyway, it's Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis and Chicago, and the best music of your life.com. It's time to do the Grubhub delivery dance. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm.
Get the food you love with perks from Grub, which you love.
Grubhub is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories right here on WOSD Radio, DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and Chicago, and of course, the best music of your life. I said that earlier, didn't I? Well, sometimes you just have to repeat it for the folks who didn't hear it the first time. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Like I was saying earlier, in 1972, the Spinners signed with Atlantic Records. They were assigned to a producer by the name of Tom Bell. Tom Bell was one of the Mighty Three. The other two, Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. Mr. Bell had produced songs for the Delphonics, the Stylistics, and others. They gave him a list of people that he, could work with. He said, no, I don't work with them. He said, how about this group? He said, the Spinners? You want to work with the Spinners? They old. First of all, they're old. They were a doo-wop group back in the late 50s. What are you going to do with them? And this is what he did. First hit song out the gate. This was the A side of I'll Be Around. You better recognize the Spinners on Bedtime Stories from their first album on Atlantic in 1972, produced by the great Thomas Elliott Bell. Bitches. Basketball. Yeah. In the middle of the room. Honorary doctorate degree from Northwestern Kowloon State Tech Institute, A&M. Totally real, just like the place that gave one to Al Greer. Go on, Troy. You gonna get that that stand-up career off the ground if it kills you. I feel you. Just go to the website. I mean, whether it's real or not. It's cool. That's all right. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. And I wear it proudly. And go get another one too. So, so keep talking. I hear you. New. Ah. Mm, 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 mm. Like Mother Goose. I done let you loose. Yep, I'm proud of my phony degree. You can say what you want to. I earned it fair and square, baby. And I'll be back on that note. Angie, you know it's only been a day since the elections and the mayor's race has started. Well, yes, it has. And he's back. What'd you say? Give us a break. So we had the mayor on WVON the other day. She basically said, "I am the mayor." She dropped the mic, boy. Good evening, this is Al. Hey, how you? Yes, Friday. Uh-huh. Okay. 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 Yep. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Lady G. The lady G. Now, the only person who isn't a Spinners fan is Ray Neal. He says all their songs are depressing, even the fast ones. Come on, man. Felipe was told by their manager, Henry Allen, he said, when Felipe was ready to leave the group the first time, he told them, he told Felipe, he said, "You will be nothing without the Spinners, and the Spinners will be nothing without you." Felipe left the Spinners after the big hit Knee Deep by Funkadelic because he felt like, oh, well, I sang on this song, so I can do my own thing. His album Windjamming did absolutely nothing. It was on the Uncle Jam label, produced by George Clinton and Bootsy Collins. It did absolutely nothing. Windjamming was the name of it. He bobbed back and forth between record labels and was never able to achieve the same success that he had with the Spinners. The Spinners, on the other hand, didn't fare any better. They added John Edwards. John Edwards was only good for two songs. That was Working My Way Back to You and Cupid. After that, the Spinners were no more. By that time, Tom Bell had dropped them. And the rest, as they say, was history. But We got some good music out of them from the first one from 1972 through 76. They were still kicking it. Even 78, they were still kicking it. 79. But after the 80s, it was pretty much, yeah, pretty much it. He said, Felipe, you'll be nothing without the Spinners, and the Spinners will be nothing without you. And he was absolutely right. Too right. Felipe eventually went on tour with Bootsy, which was his old band. He was a part of the Housemates. That was the name of the band, right? One night while performing Sadie, he fell and was never able to recover. He died in the hospital. Or actually, he died on the way to the hospital. So young, so sad. Here's Gerald Levert. Woo! It was a dud. It wasn't the bomb, it was a bomb. I'm like, dang. Starting all over. After that, he did he did two albums. They were both on Uncle Jam Records, which was distributed by I think Sony CBS. It was like, boom, boom, yeah, both of them. I'm like, dang, starting all over and Windjamming. He even did one on I think was he on Sugar Hill to Lady G? Nothing. I'm like, dang. Felipe just couldn't get good material. He just couldn't. He couldn't get good material. So therefore, everything he tanked. I was like, dang. Yep, he was on Sugar Hill. Dang. I was like, why? You know, somebody please give him a song or something. Solar Records has some great artists and not just the Whispers. Oh yeah. Man, I could talk about Solar all day long. Ronnie, let me tell you, the Whispers were they were the second group to be assigned to Solar Records. Solar Records, before they were Solar, they were Soul Train Records. The Whispers were the second group to be signed. The first group was Shalimar. The first group was Shalimar, but back then they were calling them the Soul Train Gang. Well, when Dick Griffey and Don Cornelius ceased to be, buddies, Don took his name back. He said, you can't call it Soul Train Records no more. So Dick Griffey said, I'll fix you. Tell you what, we'll call it Solar. The Sound of Los Angeles Records. Now what, Don? The Whispers were the second group to be signed to Solar Records when they were still Soul Train Records. The Soul Train Gang did an album which featured the song Uptown Festival, which was a medley of all the Motown stuff. Yeah, that was the first one. There was no Jody Watley. There was not even Gerald Mumford. There was none of them were in that group. So that's it. Howard Hewitt was not a Soul Train dancer. Howard Hewitt was and I hate to say it because this is why him and Jody can't get along to this day. I don't care what nobody says. Howard carried the group. Howard was the singer of the group. Jody could carry a tune. Jeffrey couldn't sing at all. He was the choreographer. But the three of them had the look, which was the name of one of their albums. They had the look of a group. Howard had the voice and the charisma. Jeffrey was a good dancer, and Jody was fine as she wanted to be. But Howard was and Jody got better, but Howard was already there. If you hear what I'm saying, Howard was already there. So, right, Howard's voice sold the records. Now, if you go back, um, like Take That to the Bank was a hit, but it was one of the only hits that they had that Howard didn't sing on. Howard hadn't even joined the group yet. So Take That to the Bank was Jody's Tour de Force. That was Jody's song. Because the guy who was the original lead singer, they had two before even, Howard even joined. But it was Howard's voice that carried the group. I hate to say it. Jody, you cute and everything, but Howard could take your ass to church, and you know it. you know. Yeah. Yeah. Howard was the one. Now Solar they had Climax, they had Midnight Star, they had a group called Dynasty. Get this. Who was the lead? Well, not the lead singer, but the leader of Dynasty was none other than Leon Silvers III. Yes, from the Silvers. Leon said, okay, well, since nobody wants to hear my brothers and sisters anymore, I'm going to start my own group. He started Dynasty, which were comprised of studio musicians who played behind the Whispers, Carrie Lucas. Yeah. The first song that Babyface and LA wrote, the first hit that they wrote was not for the deal. It was for the Whispers. Babyface did a demo of a song that the deal was like, no, we ain't gonna sing. That's corny. It's corny. It's corny. It's corny as hell. The song was rock steady. They turned it down. Carrie Lucas was married to Dick Griffey. She is the daughter of, what's her name? Who's currently singing with with Shalimar. Carolyn Griffey. Yeah. So Don Cornelius decided he wanted to be a producer, right? So he discovered O'Brien. O'Brien was on, Soul Train a couple of times. As a matter of fact, he redid one of their theme songs. Soul Trains Are Coming. Yeah, that was O'Brien. The other ones Get Up on the Soul Train, The Whispers, even Heavy D did a version of it. But the main version was what? MFSB's version. TSOP. That's the only one that ever stuck. He kept trying. It's like, And then finally they went back, right before they went off the air, they went back to that formula. George Duke produced it and put Heavy D on there doing the rap. Yep. What's up, Pinky? Yep, Dynasty did that one. And they did another song. I don't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself. That. What's going on, Pinky? That was Dynasty. The group Dynasty wrote all the songs for the Whispers, Carrie Lucas, themselves. Yeah. Yep. Soul Train 75. Yep. And that was on Soul Train Records. Get up on the Soul Train. Da, da, da. That was like, uh-uh. Gamble and Huff said, I got something better for you, Don. Check this out. Hit it. Don said, that's fine, but you can't call it Soul Train. Excuse me? It's the Soul Train theme. What are you talking about, Don? You got to call it something else. So they changed it to TSOP, the Sound of Philadelphia. And in parentheses, it said the theme song for the TV show Soul Train. It went platinum. Don shitted on himself. Gerald Levert. And what about me? What about me? Your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Pinky Star. Also to Ronnie. Thank you for joining us. Just dropping a little knowledge about Solar Records. Solar Records had a whole bunch of people on their roster. Not all of them got hits, though. There were a couple of groups that slipped through the cracks that just didn't do anything. Most of their songs were like maybe West Coast hits, like Dynasty, I Don't Want to Be a Freak, and Do Me Right, Baby. Do Me Right, Baby. Yeah. The only ones that could get the big hits were the Whispers. You know, the Whispers were like a big draw, especially on the West Coast. And of course, here in Chicago, you know, we loved us some Whispers, you know. All their stepping music, oh, please. You could not go to a stepper set and not hear a Whispers tune. Trust me. Trust me. Trust and believe. And all the songs were written by other members of other groups. But the one hit that pushed them over the top was the one that was written by LA and Babyface that the deal turned down. And that was Rocksteady. The original Soul Train song was called, it was by the Ramrods. Yep. But it was not called Soul Train at all. What was that? What was the name of the song? It'll come to me. But it was not, you know, it was something else, but it was by a group called the Ramrods. And then the song that they played going to the commercials was Familiar Voices, I think it was, which was a passage from a song done by Gene Chandler. Woo, woo. And then Joe Cobb would say, the Soul Train. That was Joe Cobb, the morning man at WVON, the real morning mayor, not this phony fool on TV, on radio. You know, there was only one mayor of Chicago radio, and that was Joe Cobb. Period. None of these other clowns that, you know, try to lay claim to it. Joe Cobb was the true morning mayor because that's what he said every morning. The morning mayor. That was Joe Cobb. Jolton Joe Cobb. 6 a.m. You better ask somebody. Lakeside was different. Lakeside wrote their own tunes. You know, they were in-house. So they wrote all of their stuff for themselves. Dick Griffey, of course, was the executive producer, but most of their songs were written by themselves without any help from Leon Silvers. Leon was like the co-producer, but he never told them how to play. He just said, get in the studio and get funky. I see you in a couple of days with the album. Slap his name on it. That's it. I heard it. I heard the tracks. We're good to go. Dick, take it to the pressing plant. Bam. Brother Wally, press them up. Let's go. That's it. Same thing with the Whispers. They let the Whispers start writing their own songs. Nicholas Caldwell said, I got one for you. You want to hear it? Here it go. Nicholas Caldwell wrote Lady. Enough said. Nicholas Caldwell wrote Lady. He wrote it for his wife. He said, Scotty, put the for, because Nicholas couldn't sing like Scotty and Walter. He said, y'all put the stank on it, okay? That was it. That's how he got credit for all the songs. Yeah. They were like, Nick, we didn't know you had it in you, bro. Write a couple of more. Let's see what you got. Nick said, love is where you find it. Go on, Nick. All right, okay. And Scotty said, do 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 do. Ray Parker Jr. said, ow. Yep, okay, we got a hit. One side was for dancing and the other side for romancing. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. So what song did Wallace sing on? All of them. Wallace is Scotty, Walter, and Scotty. Walter is Walter, and Wallace is Scotty. Scotty Scott. You can tell them apart now, because one of them don't wear his wig no more. Okay. Yep. They both started, kind of thinning. So I think now you can tell the twins apart because one of them, just said, okay, I'm taking that stuff off. That was it. Right. You heard, hey, Scotty. Yeah. What's that mean? Scotty is Wallace, Walter, and Scotty. Scott. Because I got a chance to interview them. I said, I know this is going to sound like a stupid question, but who's older? They laughed. Wallace is older by a minute, by 2 minutes. He's older, so he's the big brother, or he's the older brother. So that was it. They look like the brown-skinned Mario brothers. I know, right? But yeah, they keeping the mustaches are like their trademark. That's their trademark. That's their trademark. They'll never get rid of those. You know, nobody would recognize them without the mustaches, right? Love is where you find it. But boy, the pimps were mad at the Whispers when they made Olivia Lawson turn out. They were mad. Right, Howard didn't come to 77. He came just in time for the Big Fun album, where they looked like they was riding the dolphins. Hmm. That's when Howard came, but he wasn't on take that to the bank, right there in the right in the socket. No, he wasn't on that one. He wasn't on it. Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing them on an older episode of Soul Train when they sang "Seems like I gotta do wrong, gotta do wrong, gotta do wrong." Nope, the mustaches didn't come until what 71 when they did "Mother for My Children." Whew. In Philadelphia with MFSB. Da, da, da. With Uncle Earl bringing the funk on the drums. Mm-mm. I cannot wait to meet him. I said, look, we look like brothers, man. We look like you look. I'm your nephew, okay? I channel Earl Young every Sunday when I'm playing drums at church. They're like, what are you playing? I said, I'm playing Earl Young. What's up? Mm-mm. Makes you weak and girl. Anyway. Hey, Scotty, what's that mean? The whispers in love is where you find it. I am still reeling over that concert, man. I am so glad that I went. I'm so glad that I didn't eat those tickets. It was one of the best concerts that I've been to in a long time. Every song that they sang was a hit. Every song that they sang, people were like, man, come on now. Almost 60 years. They started when I was a kid. One of them was in the army and they waited for him to come home, and that was it. They've been together longer than most marriages. It's down to like the brothers, Walter and Scotty. Uh, Brother John Valentino these days, he's like the third whisper now. He's been with them so long. John, of course, is from Chicago. He's the alto saxophone player. And then they got Tim Gant, another Chicagoan. I'm like, okay, why don't y'all make the whole band just Chicago, okay? Here is one song that the Whispers will never do in concert. I don't even know why, but it's one of my favorites. Recorded in Philadelphia with MFSB. Co-written by Ron Tyson's brother, Hear the whispers in Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. So look good. Honey, fall in love. Not the big bad wolf. That's some other ninjas. That ain't me. That ain't me. About time. Chasing every girl that ain't tied down. That ain't me. You got the wrong one, baby. Not Al. Not the doctor. No, you could. The Montclairs, yep. And you know that's funny because at that time nobody knew who Phil Perry was. Nobody. He was just the lead singer. He was just the lead singer of the Montclairs. Now he's like he's a legendary singer. Phil Perry comes to Ravinia. I'm like, good Lord. Neighborhood won't hurt you. I'll be extra good. You better ask somebody. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let me love you. I know, but he looks like a totally different person now. Totally different person. Uh-oh, it's the Needle Master. Is this the Needle Master calling me? Man, what do I owe this pleasure? What do I owe this pleasure, sir? Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Oh. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. I would love to get it. Well, you got my number now. You just call me on Messenger. Uh-huh. It go straight to my phone. All right. Thank you, sir. Take care. Run deep. your call. No. To what? My feet. They got their name from a LA DJ who said when they sang, their harmony sounded so smooth, it sounded like a whisper. The Whispers, and I only meant to wet my feet right here on Bedtime Stories. With the peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, thank you so much for joining us. Hello to the needle master, Willie Cox, who called me a few minutes ago. He said, I thought I had your number, bro. Now we have a picture together that we took at Herb Kent's funeral. It is me, Professor Reggie Miles. I think Uncle Sam Chapman is in that picture as well, and myself. I'm like, I don't deserve to be in this picture. It's like one of these things just doesn't belong here, and that was me. But anyway, Willie Cox, thank you for calling me. I appreciate it. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. This guy at one time was Curtis Mayfield's right-hand man. If they needed a song and Donny Hathaway wasn't available, well, good old Leroy Hudson, the silent giant, he was around. Here's You Make It Happen on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. So Lake Star started to sing at 15 and older. This is going to blow your mind, Ronnie. Guess where they got their name from? You ready for it? They got they got their name. Remember the Lakeside Bank, which was near McCormick Place? They got their name from Lakeside. Their name was given to them by, oh God, was it Eddie Thomas? No, wasn't Eddie Thomas. Their name was given to them by, wait a minute, here it comes. Here it comes. Emmett Gardner. They got their name because they were the unlimited something, something, or and they were like, let's come up with something simple. So Emmett Gardner, my god uncle who passed a few years ago, he gave them their name, Emmett Gardner. Hello, Maria. What you got? I don't get pieces. Excuse me. See, I can eat ice cream at home.
That's it.
I put this studio here for a reason. It's a straight shot to the bathroom. Like, excuse me.
Yeah, that's it.
And catch my song before it goes off.
You shit like my brother.
I know, right? As soon as I eat, it's like, oh, time to unload. Back it up.
Yeah, that's real sick. But I was gonna say, I bought ice cream for you. So.
Okay. Thank you. I'll have some. Thank you. I gotta fix it myself? Dang, it's hard to get good help, I tell you.
Also, I am the leader now. I buy food, I cook, I clean. Fuck you, man.
Maria, you're fired. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Woo. I heard Al Greer is considered the Joe Exotic of Inglewood. Yeah. Oh, boy. Woo. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Let me stop. Oh, I needed that laugh, I'll tell you. Mm-mm. No. Oh, no. Whew. Woo. Mm-mm. But you say too much information, I know, right? But anyway, back to Lakeside. That's how they got their name, from Uncle Emmett, who produced this song. Yeah. So, yep, Emmett Gardner Jr. That was my buddy. He called me. He said, "What's going on, voice? It's the voice. Hey, superstar." I'm like, "Not me, not me." Here's another story. Emmett Gardner was responsible for Al Green songs being played here in Chicago. He was a record rep at the time, independent record rep. Who did Carrie Lucas marry? Dick Griffey. Dick Griffey, the owner of Solar Records. That's who she married. Carrie Lucas was married. Carrie Lucas Griffey. Their daughter, Carolyn Griffey, currently tours with Shalimar, with Howard Hewitt and Jeffrey Daniels. Sound like Casey, don't I? Thanks for writing in. Thanks for asking. Mm-hmm. Yes, Carrie Lucas and Dick Griffey, former football player. They just showed her now. Well, you know, if you want to follow along, I'll I can go ahead of the story. Go ahead of the story. But I don't want to spoil the ending. You know, it's like spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Yeah. Yep. She had started writing songs too. She decided she wanted to do a few albums as well. But she didn't have the chops. She just didn't. She said Herb Kent Jr. Yeah, Carrie didn't have the chops, so they were like, "You all right, but you can't sing." Mm-mm. Don't start with the Casey voice. I start leaking. Oh, take pictures. But anyway, I don't believe you. Hey, let me see. Let me see. The freaking deacon. Ah. And remember, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. I'm Casey Kasem, and I'm still dead. Old freak. Ain't nothing. Ain't no freak like an old freak. Because the old freak don't leak. Every night and every day. Yeah. Let me fast forward, Ronnie. Lavelle Degree, who had came from another group, I think he came from Friends of Distinction, if I'm not mistaken. He was the only non-original member of the group. The rest of them, who all passed, Leroy Hudson, no, Leroy, not Leroy Hudson, Grady Hudson, they all passed, right? So there are only two original members of that group left, and that's Walter and Scotty. That's it.
I quit.
Thank you. Ah, it's hot!
Oh, God.
You're trying to kill me.
Stop being a baby. Really.
Thank you. Gracias. With you. Uncle Emmett said she did it in 2 takes. The first take was like, okay. The second take, he said, take it to church. He was talking to Star, and he said, take it to church on the second take. That was the one that they kept. And Emmett Gardner, who produced that song, he brought the young lady who sang on that song to the club where it was DJing at, someplace else, which was on 100 and something. And yeah, I used to DJ there every Wednesday along with Casper, right? Well, Mike, don't fail me now. Let me get this story out here. All right, here we go. Okay, here's the story. So he brings the young lady up to the club. He says, "Al, I want you to meet somebody." I said, "Okay, Uncle Emmett, who is this?" He said, "Al Greer, meet Star. Star, this is Al Greer." And I lost it. I was like, "Oh my God, you sang that song." I said, "I would love to interview you, Star." She said, "No." I said, "Why?" She said, "I don't do interviews." I said, "Any particular reason why?" She said, I just I don't feel comfortable doing interviews." I said, "Oh, okay. Can I get a drop from you saying, 'Hi, this is Star of Smoke City'?" She said, "No." I said, "Wow." She said, "That's something that I did back in the day. I don't do that anymore." I said, "But you know how beautiful this song," and I played the song and everybody danced to it. And she said, "I'm glad they like it." She said, "I put my all into that song." And the thing was, the business wasn't so good to her. So Smoke City did one album and that was it. They were dropped by the record company. Anyway, it's Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis and Chicago, and the best music of your life.com. It is time for the Grubhub Delivery Dance. Mm-mm. 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 Grubhub is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and it is time for foreplay. As I said earlier about this group, they hail from California. As a matter of fact, the Watts area of California. Um, what can I say about this group? They're they got their name from a popular DJ in LA, whose name escapes me right now. I know, right? He said their harmony sounds like whispers because they didn't hit it hard like most doo-wop groups. They hit it hard. They were just just real smooth. Like they vowed to never replace any of the members of the group, and they kept their promise. There are still two original members of the group, of course, the twins, Walter and Wallace, aka Scotty, and Lavelle Degree. And they just keep going and they sell out everywhere they go. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, tonight in Foreplay, we feature the music of the Whispers again. That's right. This is never too late for your good love, baby, on Bedtime Stories. Never, never. Hmm. Mm-mm. Never too late for your good love, baby. Never, ever. Mm-mm. Yep, I got myself a cook. Don't believe it. Don't you believe it? Hmm. I couldn't afford to cook if I wanted to. Mm-mm-mm. Never too late for your good. What's going on, Gladys? Back from Houston, it's Gladys Horton. What's going on, my friend? Yep, I'm up eating sweets at night. But trust me, I'm going to go to bed. Trust me. You just want to say, what's up? What's up, Gladys? I know crime never sleeps, especially in LA. Crime never sleeps in LA. I was going to go to Phoenix, Illinois and get your old job. I'm like, how hard can it be to be a police officer in Phoenix, Illinois? Oh, you're in Sacramento. Okay. You know, but my thing is, how hard can it be to be a cop in Phoenix, Illinois? Phoenix is only what, 2 blocks? Mm, 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 mm. Yep. How hard can it be? Phoenix is only 2 blocks, right, Gladys? You know, it's like if you step on one side of the street, you're in Harvey. On the other side of the street is Phoenix. Oh, what you said, that's where the crime goes, quiet places. Okay, okay. I get it. That's where they go and hide in Phoenix. Okay. Now it makes sense. I'm like, where is Phoenix, Illinois? And one day I was coming from the Dick Griffey's entire staff was women. Mm-hmm. He liked women. I'm listening, Gladys. I'm listening. But yep, Dick Griffey's staff was all women except for Leon Silvers. He was the only male. Leon was not only producer, but he was also a songwriter, and he played on all the Whisper songs. Yep. He played on all of their songs. And all those bass runs that you hear, he came up with those. Leon was the man back then. You know, back then when his group was recording, his family group, he was not the producer of all of those. Those were produced by Freddie Perrin, who wrote all the songs or co-wrote the songs with the Jackson 5 or for the Jackson 5. I guess the name Dick must draw women to work for him. Yeah, but it was for a different reason, though. He was not. He wasn't a nice guy to work for. I'll put it to you that way. Yeah, I remember. Before Gladys left, we had a birthday party for her. And it was like we had gotten, strippers for Gladys. And Gladys was just, you should have seen the look on her face. I was like, wow. Gladys is already, she's kind of she's real reserved. And she kept looking at me like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, they're strippers. Feel them up. Go. That's what you do. It's like, they're there for for your pleasure. He kept looking at me. I'm like, look at the strippers. Like, what do I do, Al? Grab them. Just grab them in the biscuit. Mm-mm. Shaken Cobra. I know. No. Uh, no, there wasn't Shaken Cobra at Gladys's party. Gladys don't swing that way. It's more like Diamond and Diamond and Roxy. That's what it was. It was Diamond and Roxy at her party, boy. Yeah, the original Players Club. She said, "What do I do? What do I do?" The look on Gladys's face, boy. I never knew that she could turn so red. I'm like, go with the flow, Gladys. Go with the flow. She was like, oh no. No, but seriously, Ronnie, there were strippers, but it was it was it was Trixie and Diamond, Trixie and Roxy. That's what it was. Yeah, yeah. It was a nice party too. It's like Gladys was like, "What do I do? What do I do?" I'm like, "They're strippers. Grab them. That's what you do. That's what they're paid for, to grab." And I don't even think Gladys was with anybody at that time. So it was like, go ahead, grab the booty. I was like, ah. Mm-mm. She turned like 5 shades of red. He said, Cole, you stupid. Mm-mm-mm. But that was that was a funny night. It's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time. It was like, I'm like, Gladys, you better grab these girls and stop playing. She said, I've never done this before. I've never. I said, well, it's your birthday. Do what you want to do. Be what you want to be. You know, you only live life once. So just go for the gusto. Recall a birthday party that got a bit raunchy. What? One of mine? I don't think any of mine ever got raunchy, did they? Did any of my birthday parties ever get raunchy? I don't think so. I'm trying to remember. Did any of my birthday parties ever get like raunchy? But you said that was the best birthday. I'm glad you had a good time. I really am. At first it didn't look like you were going to enjoy yourself, but after a while, you kind of warmed up. Not the ones I attended. One of my baby mamas one night had a party, and it said on the invitation, clothing optional. No, I actually said clothes optional. She doesn't speak that well. Say clothes optional. It was like check your clothes at the door. You got to the door and they would hand you a hanger. Oh, at the East of the Rhine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. East of the Rhine. He's like, excuse me. Mm-mm. I remember that. Yeah. What was her name? I can't remember her name. It'll come to me later. But I was laughing so hard that, because me and her were, kind of cool. So it was like, for her to be dancing in front of me was kind of like, it was it was kind of funny. To my dreams. I had a lot of birthday parties, boy. I tell you, I think one of the best birthdays that I ever had, besides the ones that I've had recently, I will say that the ones that we've had at the New Look restaurant were very good because Suge Knight tried to get Solar Records. Of course he did. It was successful, yeah. Suge Knight he tried to buy Dick Griffey out, but Suge was just a younger Dick Griffey. Because if you look at them, they both are made up the same way. They're both ex-football players. But Dick wasn't selling anything to Suge. It's like, oh no, you're not gonna mess up my record company. I'd rather keep it and let it go belly up than to sell it to you. Suge had the money. Suge could have easily, but Suge wanted to turn it into a rap label, like Death Row. So that was it. And Dick Griffey knew what he wanted to do with it. So he was like, You're not painting a mustache on my Mona Lisa, buddy. Mm-mm. That's one of my favorite shows. I watch Unsung just to, fact check. It's like, yep, that's right. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that happened. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I do fact check with them. Sometimes I get the words out before they even say it. It's so funny. I was watching Unsung with the Ohio Players, and I said, and their background group was the Ohio Untouchables, which was on Wilson Pickett's album or 45. What was the name of that 45? Right, and then tragedy struck. It's like in every episode, Every episode is like, and then tragedy struck. Then they have that stock picture of the cocaine being cut on the mirror with the razor blade. It's like, oh, here it comes. Okay. Every episode, I swear, every episode. And then tragedy struck. Somebody is snorting some cocaine. It's always drug references. They show a joint being rolled up or a needle loading up with some heroin all the time. They just can't stay clean. Mm-mm. They just can't stay clean for nothing. You know, I was watching Unsung on Dave Hollister. I'm like, oh no, not him too. And Regina Bell, she said she drank so much and she didn't get drunk. She said, oh no, I know I'm going, I know I'm done. She said she drank and didn't get drunk. I was like, either you have a white liver, my dear, or it just wasn't your turn. Just wasn't your turn. So, yeah, I was like, whoa. Alrighty then. So that episode blew you. Yeah. I'm like, okay. And they showed her these days, she's the first lady of the church. I'm like, well, hallelujah. I am happy for her. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yep. Apparently she could hold her liquor. Yep, she could. I hope I get paid from them this time too. Wrapping up foreplay with the whispers and my mic making noise. Stop making that noise. Chocolate Girl, right here on Bedtime Stories. With the Peanut Butter Brother, Dr. Al Greer. They did that song at the at the Hammond Casino. And I just lost it. Chocolate Girl. Mm-mm-mm. I was like, I could choke that. Anyway, wrapping up foreplay right here on Bedtime Stories at your Peanut Butter Brother, Dr. Al Greer. The Whispers, one of my favorite groups. They have such beautiful harmony. It's ridiculous. Hello to Countess. She said, hope you get paid for money this time. Did you see that plugger, by the way? It's me, it's Sam Chapman, Ramoski Love, Damon Williams. I'm like, one of us ain't gonna get paid. I'm just saying, one of us ain't gonna get paid. All those people on there, I'm like, somebody ain't gonna get paid. I know two people are going to get paid. Damon Williams and Sam Chapman. Now, the rest of us, we might have to shake him upside down a little bit. Robert Money. There's a couple more from the Whispers. This is Come On Home, Baby. I'm going to leave the porch light on for you. It's bedtime stories. It was the inbox to me, the info, no flyer. He sent it to me. Oh, okay. Once again, somebody ain't gonna get paid. I'm just saying. Somebody not gonna get paid. With all those people on there, I hope I do too. Because last time I walked out of there with nothing. I even had to buy my own drinks at the Alhambra Palace. I'm just saying. It's what you say, it's a crapshoot. I know, right? It's Damon Williams, Ramoski Love, me, Sam Chapman. I'm like, somebody ain't gonna get paid. Somebody ain't gonna get paid. He's charging $100 at the door. $100 at the door per person. Once again, somebody's not gonna get paid. I'm just saying. Mm-mm. Yes, $100 to get in. Uh-huh. $100. Party oops. What you said? Contract. I know, right? Mr. Money, I would like you to sign this contract, sir, saying that I will get X amount of money on this date, please, and thank you. Because you owe me from the last party that you had, your last birthday party or whatever that party was. When all the pimps rushed in together. I'm sorry, the players. They don't say pimps no more. They just say players. Pimps up, hoes down, players up. What you said, that's highway robbery. I know, right? Pimp, pimp, hooray. Pimp, pimp, hooray. Pimp down, pimp down. Oh, no. Mm-mm. Oh, no. They, they so old, some of them invented pimping. They was, they was, let, let there be pimping, and one of them hit the switch. You know. Ken Wadlington, what's going on? Kenny Cool Cat. Mm-mm. Oxygen, a pacemaker, um, stent in their heart. The pimp canes are walkers. Some, some of the pimps are on crutches. I'm just saying, some of the pimps are on crutches now. They so old. They was in pimps up, holes down some 25, 30 years ago. At some point, you need to just give it up. I mean, is there like a rest home for pimps? A retirement home? You know, they taking Viagra for the real reason. I know, right? Mm-hmm. Woo! You say let it go. I know, right? At some point, you got to say this pimping game. It just ain't for me no more. Pimping, pimping, pimping. At some point, you need to go sit your tired pimping ass down somewhere. Park that Cadillac in the garage and just go play some checkers or something. You know, how long can you be in the game? I don't know. How long can you pimp? You know, it should be. I mean, come on now, 20 years tops. You know, great. What you say, great grandpa? Uh-uh. Is pimping a generational thing? It's like, I want to be a pimp like my daddy was. And his daddy before him, and yeah, okay. 3 generations of pimping. Fluky 1 through 3. Mm-mm. Too much pimping, I tell you. Just ain't good for you. Mm-mm. But you said some retired pimps. Well, my thing is there like a 401k for pimps? I mean, is there a dental plan? Is there, a burial plan when they, bite the dust? I mean, tell me, would they draw a pension, Social Security, what? I'm just saying. Bishop Don Juan is 72 years old. Ken, I just have one thing to say. You better watch yourself. That was from the movie Original Gangsters, produced by Fred Williamson, starring Isaac Hayes, Bernie Casey, Pam Greer, and Ron O'Neal. Remember that movie that they did, Original Gangsters? The it was shot completely in Gary, Indiana, which is where the Hammer's from. This yeah. Down, 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 down. Two more from the Whispers. Say yes, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to Countess. Thank you for joining us. Ken Watlington said Bishop Don Juan is 72 years old. Not for long. He's got a birthday coming up. He'll be 73 years old. My thing is, how long can you do that? I'm just saying, how long can you be in that profession? And at what point do you retire? I guess you don't retire until your body retires you. And that's it. 72 years old. I'm sorry, I didn't know the bishop was 72. Good Lord. I'll be 62. He'll be 73. Dang. I got to tell you the story right quick. I used to work for him when he thought he wanted to do a radio show, right? That was interesting, to say the least. I'll tell you about that sometime. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Saying goodnight to Ronnie. She said, I got to go to bed. I hear you. I'm going to take Troy with me to Robert Money's party. Put him in a little green suit. He'll look like a damn leprechaun. Here's George Benson. Baby. Now that's different. Ice-T, and don't believe that. Ice-T did not turn in his pimp hat. He just decided, I can do both. So, yeah. He just cut his perm so that he could be on television. Okay? He uses the pink rollers. I'm just saying. He's just low key about his. He's got an image to uphold. He's on television. He's on a show where, it's a crossover hit. So, he has to be low key about his activities. But don't believe he's totally out of the game. Don't believe that. Nope. Just like, I got 4 jobs, right? Well, he got 2. He had 4 like me. He was an actor, rapper, pimp, and right, the more you know. So yeah, he just had to stop hanging out with certain people. If you know what I mean. Certain people he couldn't hang out with no more. They were giving him a bad name. The word pimp has negative connotations unless you spell it out. Person in a management position. Yep, he was hanging around with the wrong crowd. So, Is that the same for Cat Williams? Is he still in the game too? I don't even think Cat Williams was ever a pimp. I just think he adapted that persona. I think he just adapted that persona as a pimp. Because if you listen or if you go back a few years ago, there's an episode of the Boondocks where one of the characters was called a pimp named Slickback. Granddad had fallen in love with this hoe, and the hoe belonged to Slickback. Slickback was voiced by Cat Williams. Ironically, Cat Williams was the voice of Slickback. I'm sorry, Mr. Slickback. No, nigga, you got to say the whole thing. It's a pimp named Slickback. You say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. So, Victor, what's going on, Vic? So, yeah. So, Cat Williams, he's a comedian. I don't know about this pimping thing, but he just, he adopted that persona. I guess because he looked like a pimp. I mean, if you look at him, he looks like a, little pimp. Just saying. But yeah, in the Boondocks, he was the voice of Slickback. I'm sorry, a pimp named Slickback. Got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest. So don't feed a granddad none of the cheddar biscuits. I know, right? That episode was so funny. It ranked up there with the R. Kelly and the Martin Luther King episodes, where where Martin Luther King came out of a coma after so many years after being shot. And is this why I got all these ass whoopings for you? He said, I may not get there he said, I may not get there with you because I'm going to Canada. I was like, it was so funny. It was so funny. Boondocks, got to watch that. It was such a good show. And of course, every time a good show gets on TV, people gotta, Same thing with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was like, oh, it's off the chain. Dave said, I don't want to do it no more. They said, what? You got the #1 show here on Comedy Central. What do you mean you don't want to do it anymore? Dave said, I'm going to Africa. They were like, what? That was the end of it. They kept the show going. It was the Chappelle Show, only in name. And Comedy Central owned his name, his likeness, his logo. That was it. They owned him. He said, well, if I'm a slave, I might as well go back to Africa. Right. Regina King was the voice of Huey. And Huey and what's the other one? Anyway, didn't make it to the show. I was going to the premiere of Redemption of Johnny Fort Story. Okay. Riley and Huey. Thank you. Happy heavenly birthday to Major Harris. Love won't let me wait. Right here on Bedtime Stories with the peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Gene Williams, aka Countess. Victor Jackson, aka Slick Vic, and good night to Ken Watlington. He said he was going to bed. Brother, I'm right behind you. Well, not like that, but at 12:01, I'm going to be in the bed. Trust me. Trust and believe. Well, maybe 12:05 because I got to get some water first. What I do is I get this big cup and I fill it with ice. Put a little bit of water in it, let it melt. So that way, during the nighttime, I can reach over and get me some cold water, you know. But sometimes I get overheated because I have this space heater, right, which looks like one of those miniature fireplaces. That sucker kicks out some heat. Yes, it does. I ain't complaining either. It's going to feel really good when it gets really cold outside. Major Harris used to sing with this group here. I'm sorry. Ooh, 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 ooh. Never mind what they say. Never mind what they do. Tra la 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 la. It's that Tom Bell again. He's at it again. And I'm sorry. Ooh, never mind what they say, never mind what they do. What happened to Mr. Hawkins? I guess he went to bed too. Mm. No, I'm sorry.
Everything that I enjoy in life a little bit more special. And plus, I felt it in my pants.
He's the love doctor with your prescription.
Woo! What? They don't jam like this on V103. Catherine. Hello, Katie. I learned a lot more about different artists. As always, you are a fountain of information, AG, and it's greatly appreciated. Why, thank you. Thank you, Lady G. When asked if he ever orchestrated an orchestra, he was like, "Oh yeah, sure, oh yeah, never." Tom Bell, William Hart, Wilbur Hart, Randy Kane, and later on Major Harris. Break Your Promise from the Delphonics right here on Bedtime Stories. And from DC, Phil Perry and the Montclairs. This is Dreaming Out of Season on Bedtime Stories. Sing, Phil. Sing, Phil.
That's what we call Al Greer and Bedtime Stories on WOSTradio.com.
Woo! They wish they could jam like this. I challenge any of them. I really do. I challenge any of them to a jam off. I'll even change my name. Just call me Ben. Been jamming, because I've been jamming for 40 years. Mm-mm. For the lost time. Go on, Phil. Mm-mm. That's right. That's me. That's my new name, Ben Jammin, because I've been jamming for 40 years. You like that, huh, Luana? For lost time. For lost time. Lost time. For lost time. The group from DC, the Montclairs, make up for lost time and dreaming out of seasons for Lady G. That's going to do it for me, Al Greer, your peanut butter brother. Thank you so much for staying up with me. Thank you for the phone call to Willie Cox, the Needle Master. He's been DJing probably longer than I can remember. Yeah, thank you so much. Luana, Lady G, Ken Watlington, Catherine. Also to my good friend Slick Vic. Thank you so much. Victor Jackson. And everybody else who chimed in earlier. Did I leave anybody out? If I did, charge it to my head and not to my heart, okay? Oh, that's right. Yes. Countess, thank you so much. Who else was on the live? Ronnie, thank you so much. Yeah, Troy. Yeah, Troy. Anyway, I guess that's everybody, right? I'm going through the old message. Gladys, my good friend. I can't forget Gladys. Gladys. What can I say about Gladys? She hooked me up. That's all I got to say. She hooked a brother up. When everybody else turned their back on me, Gladys was like, why don't I just do this? I'm like, okay. Preston Shanks, Cleon Farrell Hawkins. Thank you so much as well. My goddaughter, Lanice. Thank you so much. my sister, Angie Martin Turner, Samora D. Williams. I guess that's everybody. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Chef Fox. And that's it. I'm about to do what you guys are doing. I'm going to the